All right, everybody, welcome back to the Crazy Train. All right, today I have a finale for you. And this is kind of a sad one. A, because I didn't do as well as I wanted to, and B, because it is just a finale. It is not coming back next year. So, unfortunately, this is the end of it for now. That doesn't mean we can't talk her into it later, just so you know. So before I get into all of the goodness that is this project, I am going to ask you to please do all of the things. You know what they are. All right, now this one is going to have a lot of weirdness going on because it's me, so of course it is. This is the At the Hop Project Pan, and I am all over the board with this, so you're just going to have to bear with me as we go through it. But this is a project that uses the hashtag @TheHopProjectPan, was created by my girl Misty. Now, she had Jessica Lee help her with the last couple of prompts because she gave us 50 prompts for this project. It started November 25th of 2022 and is ending November 24th. Hopefully you're seeing this on the 24th and I've gotten my editing done. This was supposed to have updates monthly or bi-monthly on the 25th. We could start with as many as we want. We could do whatever we wanted for goals. Misty likes to leave things open-ended. That's where I learned it. So let's talk about what we had going on. All right. So I had La Bamba, a Latinx owned brand. For that, I had this. This is the Necromancy Cosmetica, a gothic romance palette. And it looks like a little novel. It's really cute. Okay, see? And this one is so fun. It's got the cute little mirror that attaches. And then it starts there, ends there. But when you open it, okay, this is the part that I always have trouble doing. Gee Louise. When you open it up, that is what the back of it looks like. It's just stunning. And then this is, of course, what the inside looks like. Now, I didn't do anything like earth-shattering. I put this in as a no pan left behind. And I did manage to meet that goal. So at least this is a completed prompt for me. You'll see why I did some of the stuff the way I did it as we go through. It'll make sense. Well, as much as anything in my world makes sense, it will make sense. But anyway, the next thing is a teenager in love, a product you used or loved in your teens. For that, I put in a CoverGirl blush. I put in the Cheekers blush in 108 Pink Candy. I just put it in for 5 uses. I hit my goal on that. I'll be popping in pictures here and there with some things, but some of my pictures are combined, so I'm not sure when you're going to see them exactly. Probably now since I'm yapping. That's why this is kind of goofy, because I did these in chunks when I put them in, so certain things related to each other, but then as I'm going through, I put these all in numerical order from the list, which means I'm back and forth. Anyway, the next one was At the Hop, an item you'd use for a night out. So I put in the House of Siage and Disney collab, the red lipstick in Playful Red. And for that, I did 3 days of uses. I hit that goal, so that is a completed prompt. Then, I know I have a picture for this one because I don't have it with me. This is the Pompadour, so a hair care item. I put in the Sexy Hairstyle Curling Cream, which is my holy grail. I brought it in June at 106, and then the empty container was 21.8 grams. So I used 84.2 grams of product. I got fairly far on that. I was pretty impressed with myself. And that's actually a completed item. So that one is done also. Then Mickey Mouse Club. This is the prompt I saw that brought in the whole Mickey Mouse House of Siage collaboration release. So this is an item a friend sent you or a friend is panning, and instead I brought in the Mickey Mouse blush and highlighter duo for this prompt because I wanted to put all the pieces into this project. So I did 3 uses for each side and I did them together, so I hit that. Easy goal, but I didn't want to carry that one with me, hence the pictures and such too. All right, then Cinderella, a sparkling or glittery product. Now, I used a Nomad single. I used Romeo, which was from the Verona palette, which is this one right here. This is the set that I got for here. The ones I used were in Minnesota, so I had 5 uses on it. I hit my goal on that. So, yay, one more completed. And then we've got Sleeping Beauty, a lip product. Didn't do as well on this one. I brought in the Laura Mercier Velour Extreme Matte lipstick in Fresh, and my goal was to finish this. And honestly, I didn't It's a matte lipstick. I didn't get that far. There's not that much left, but you would think I would have gotten it done. And I always overestimate how much I can actually finish with lipsticks. It's a nice color. It's just that it's a matte, and matte is drying, and my mouth always feels dry, so I'm not a huge fan of matte lipsticks. But not to say that I didn't like it. Okay, so if you can see this, you can see where it says start. The line right under that is where it started, and it's just slightly under my September line. That's how much of the product I used. So, I mean, that's at least noticeable. So I didn't complete my goal on it, but I did get some use on it. All right. Then, Rebel Without a Cause, a product the beauty community, the beauty community loved, but you didn't. And this I was at Emily Noel thing, so I brought in the ABH eye primer. It's an eye primer. It's no great shakes in my world. But what I was doing was basically seeing how much of this I used because I really didn't have any idea. So this is only a 7 milliliter product. It's a 0.24 ounce. I put this in July at 11.5 grams. Ending it today, I am at 10.1. So I used 1.4 grams from July through November. End of July. 4 months. These things take me forever. So at least now, I mean, I always thought they took me forever, but now I know. I have verified proof that they take me forever. So basically, it was just like use it until the end of the project. I didn't have a like finish goal or anything. So I kind of met my goal, but I'm not counting it as a completed because it was just a measurement. I don't know. All right. The next one is Misty by Johnny Mathis. So this is a bold or lip eyeshadow for Misty. Oh, I didn't give you a swatch of... I'm an idiot. All right. So Romeo looks very... Okay. Can you guys see that? It looks very red and gold in the pan. It is red. Now, I went with Violet Saberwing for Misty. That's a really bold purple. And I will give you swatches of both of those since I forgot to do it. Now, this is not nearly as bold as it looked. I was a little intimidated by red, but it's gorgeous on and it's got some sparkle that you guys probably aren't seeing, but you can see how shiny it is. And then this truly is as bold as you would think. This is Violet Saberwing. And it ain't playing. It is a good, strong, bold purple. And I love it. I did get my 5 uses on that also. So that is an actual completed prompt. I mean, you guys stay here, baby. All right. Then Motown, a black-owned beauty brand. I don't think I have a picture of this. I'm not sure. But I brought in the Pat McGrath lipstick. It is the Lip Fetish Divino Lip Shine in 591 Nude Venus. I've gone through one of these in the past. I don't have one down here to show you. I'm sorry. But my goal was 10 uses, and I did hit that, so that is a completed prompt. All right, then, Eartha Kitt, Santa Baby, an item you got as a gift or the most expensive item in your collection. Back to the House of Sillage, Disney stuff. I brought the lip gloss in for 5 uses, and that is complete. I did hit that goal. All right, and that was 5 days, by the way, just so you know. All right, then we have McDonald's. An item you use up or go through quickly. I go through setting sprays fairly quickly, I thought. This one took me a little bit longer than I thought, but it could be because I was using 2 different ones at a time, as well as other sprays too. So I brought in this one, the 1 ounce Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. This is their travel size, and it's empty. So this is completed. It is going to go in the empties bag, and I'm working on another one at the same time, only the full size. But I did get that one finished. So between alternating for the 2, it took me longer than I had planned on, but it is completed for the purposes of this project. Write that down as done. All right, then 1955 Bel Air, a product you consider a classic or the oldest product in your collection. Yes, both. That one is the Mary Kay Gentle Cleansing Cream Formula 1. This was from their classic line. It is also ancient and has not been in existence for a bajillion years. This, although there's air in the tube, is empty. It was flattened out and rolled and the whole thing. I had it in a roller, so I didn't cut it open. This was a 4 ounce thing. It started at 129.8 grams in June when I brought it in. This container is 42.6. It is empty. It will go in the empties. It is done. That means I used 87.2 grams of product, and this is a completed prompt. They're not all bad. See, I completed some things. I just didn't do as well as I wanted to do. All right, then 1955 Lincoln Continental, a product in for the long haul. So I brought in my hairspray because hairspray takes me a while to use, and I think I have a picture of it. It went down, I used 81.1 grams of product since I brought it in June to when I left Minnesota. So beginning of October is when I left. So I figured that was just kind of a measurement thing. I'm not counting this like as a completed prompt because it was once again just a measurement. It wasn't necessarily a finished or number usage goal. All right. That's only going to make sense when I tell you how many I've completed at the end of this, but whatever. Then we've got Marilyn Monroe, a product that makes you feel glamorous. Back to House of Sillage. This one is the lipstick in Playful Nude. And I did this for 3 days worth of uses. I love this lipstick. I mean, the red is fine, but I really actually like the nude lipstick a lot. It works well with my coloring, which is a little bit strange because a lot of nudes pull very brown on me. This one worked, so it must be a little bit lighter or cooler or something because I'm not exactly deep skinned. I'm pale as can be. But anyway, I got uses on it again, which makes me very happy. It is a completed prompt for this project. All right, Dorothy Dandridge, an award-winning item or one that should be. Now, Cosmo rated this as the best luxury lip oil. Oh, okay. It is the Dior lip oil, Dior lip glow oil, and this is in 006 berry. Thank goodness I had this written down because I think you just saw me bring this into a project and I wasn't sure if it was berry. It is. So, yeah, I brought it into roses or red because I knew I had finished it here. That's what it was. So that is the exact color of it. Now, I put that in for 20 uses. Oh, I suppose I could show you again. That's what the doe foot looks like. And yes, this does have a touch of color. See? So it does have a little bit of a color to it also. It's a very nice lip oil. I can see why it is rated best luxury lip oil because the stuff is expensive. But it is very nice. I actually marked 22 uses. That's what I could actually remember to track. I tried to be as accurate as possible. Did I miss a use here or there? Quite possibly. I don't have my note cards with me if I take this to like out running around or whatever, so I just try and keep track in my head. It may have had more, I don't know. But for the purposes of this project, I know I had at least 22 uses. I did hit my goal, and that one was then a completed prompt. Now this one, Calendar Girl, an item nearing or is expired in your collection. Last of was never even for retail sale. This is also from the classic Mary Kay line, the number one. There were 3 sets: dry skin, regular, and then like oily. I was obviously dry skin. This came in the consultant kit, and I got down to here. My goal was to finish this, and as you can see, I tracked until September, and then we have a couple months jump in there, but I didn't quite finish it. I almost did. So it'll be finished in December. I got close. I did manage to use 66.3 grams of product for the purposes of this project. So from the time I brought it in June until now, I mean, I made a good dent in it. I just didn't quite get it finished. I think I may have been slacking a little bit more than I should have. I'm so close. But anyway, I'm not counting that as a completed one because I didn't hit my goal. Then the final thing I have in is for Roy Orbison, Only the Lonely, a product you have one of in your collection, and that is a House of Sillage eyeshadow. So it is the Disney one. And I did 3 looks with that, which was what my goal was. And so that is a completed prompt. All right, now let's talk numbers because that's kind of, I mean, I'm not the, makeup accountant like Danny is, but I do like to know with my projects how many of the prompts I'm touching, how many goals I'm completing. This one, unfortunately, as much as I love Misty, because I do, and I love this project and everything about it appealed to me, it started right around the same time as a couple others that started just a little before it. So I kind of did it really light, and then I was jumping in, and I had really, really good plans. There were 7 that I never got to touch. And a lot of that has to do with I was going to roll these in when I got here in Arizona and then do the update for you, and it never happened. So that's all on me, just because honestly, I haven't felt very good. Um, I have not had the mental bandwidth to do any kind of filming. So yes, you may have noticed I was gone. In the last video I mentioned that my cousin said something to me and I went, oh crap, it's been 2 months. I should start recording. I have bouts of chronic fatigue. It's part of what goes along with having a chronic pain genetic disorder. Got all that? I'm in constant pain. Not a big deal. My pain is different than everyone else's because I'm used to it and I live with it, and it's not that big of a deal. But unfortunately, that takes a toll on my body sometimes. So I do suffer from chronic fatigue. What happens is I go through phases where I'm so exhausted that literally it's like swimming through soup to think. Okay, everything is just hazy and sludgy, and I'm slow moving. I can't function. I did actually try and do some recordings in October. I think it was October. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't this month. It was last month. And they are literally so bad that A, I couldn't get the editing done. And B, one of them was like, I'm going to have to do a completely new outro for it because I got interrupted and something startled me. And it was so obvious and so bad that I was like, yeah, I can't even put this out there. No matter how much I don't care about making a fool of myself, it just couldn't happen. The unfortunate thing that I have been denying. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt, people. The bouts of chronic fatigue generally precipitate me losing more function in my daily life. Every time I have one of these, I come out of it able to do a little bit less each time. That is to be expected. None of this is anything to worry about. None of this is earth-shattering. This is just what it means to be me. Just so you know, I'm not like off in the, not skipping off into the sunset doing all kinds of fun things like going on vacations or doing other things. I've basically been in bed. And unfortunately, I will now be able to do less and less in my regular life than I could before this happened. This is not the first time. It is not the end of the world. I can still function to an extent. So hopefully I can keep up with all of my commitments because I am not giving up my channel. I am not giving up panning, and I'm going to be adding more projects because your girl really loves doing this. So as long as you guys are willing to stick with the crazy train and watch these videos, I'm going to do my best to get them out there for you. All right. That was a really long tangent, but there you go. That's the life update. Oh, and Emma needs surgery again. Not for the cancer this time. She tore her ACL and meniscus and needs to have her knee completely rebuilt it's a big procedure thing. But the stress and the whatever was a contributing factor to me being absent and mentally unable to function. All right. Now, back to what I was saying before I went to the next crazy train city. I, before this finale, had completed 25 of the 50 prompts. That's not bad. Now, like I said, there were 7 that I never actually got to put into the project, which means that at best it would have been 43. Now, I only counted 14 more as actually completed. So that puts me at 37 completed prompts of the 43 attempted, and then of the 50 total. Got all those numbers? I need Danny. I am not the makeup comment. So no, this is not, in my opinion, tremendously successful, but a lot of my projects haven't been. Am I trying to do too much? Probably. And do I overestimate what I can do? Definitely. But I'm not going to stop because I like doing what I do. So, with the indulgence of you fabulous people, I will continue to keep doing these types of things. Now, that then, oh, okay, so Misty's in the description box. The Fantastic Ladies are down there because she didn't collab with them. All that stuff you need is down there. I'm going to give you a music moment, which I checked and it wasn't on, oh, it is on the list. Dang it. I don't think I've already done it. I'm not certain. Oh my. Now I have to pause you guys and check because I don't want to give you a music moment I've already given you, but I'm not sure if I've given it to you. So you're going to give me just a little bit of a break and I'll be right back. After consulting the big notebook, I really got to get this in a spreadsheet. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have not done this song, but it was a prompt on here. So number 11 on Missy's list is Bye Bye Love. That is a song by the Everly Brothers. Her prompt was a gimme product, a product that's almost gone. All right. So I thought we should go ahead and use this as our music moment. So I'm going to link you a video down in the description box by the Everly Brothers doing this song. This is a song that was written and published in 1957 by Felice and, if I can say this correctly, Boudleaux Bryant. It's best known from the debut recording of the Everly Brothers. And it reached number 2 on the U.S. Billboard pop charts. It was also a number 1 hit on, I want to say, the country charts. Okay, it doesn't say if it was number 1. It just says that number 2 on the U.S. Billboard pop charts, number 1 on the Cashbox best-selling record charts, and major success as a country song, reaching, oh yeah, number 1. It was number 1 on the country charts in 1957. Now, this song is ranked 210th on the Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. I don't know which year that list is from. When I'm finding this information, I'm not going back and checking those lists because I know that they update them as, new things come out. I think they might even do them annually. I'm not certain. But it did at one point rank there on that list. This song was released March of 1957. It was recorded March 1st and still released in March. So that was pretty quick. And the B-side of it was I Wonder If I Care As Much. Now, I don't know a heck of a lot about that, but one of the fun things about this is that the guitar intro was not originally in the song, and Don Everly actually added that. He came up with it, and they ended up putting it onto the beginning, so he did have a little bit of hand in what you hear as the composed version, although he didn't help with it prior to getting the song and doing the recording of it. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the other versions of it. The Beatles covered it during the Let It Be sessions. George Harrison then also did it in '74 for his Dark Horse album, and he changed some of the words because when he did this song, he did it about Pattie Boyd, who was his wife at the time and then who left him for his best friend, Eric Clapton. She has a book out. I read her biography. She is also the one that Layla is for. So she's fairly famous in the rock world, in case you didn't know that. I mean, she's not quite as well known as like Pamela DeBar, but Pattie Boyd's kind of up there too. I mean, you got a couple of the world's greatest guitarists there that she's been involved with. Now, Simon and Garfunkel also did a version of it, and Chet Atkins was the lead guitar player on the Everly Brothers recording session. So that's kind of an interesting one. And then you've got Floyd Chance doing the upright bass and Buddy Harman on drums for the Everly Brothers recording of that. That is everything that I have for you. I will have whatever I can find for a version of this by the Everly Brothers linked in the description box for your viewing and listening pleasure. Thank you once again for indulging me and giving me some of your time. I truly do appreciate it, especially considering I went on a tangent. And until next time, everybody, see ya. Bye.